Hello. Actually, I'd like most of all to address people who are of a religious turn of mind. It may be well known that I'm not, but I've always respected the individual's right to their own religion, and I have no quarrel with anybody pious and devout in their faith. And the most important thing for me is that a misconception be cleared up, that equal rights for gay marriage are not about forcing priests or clerics of any religion to marry people in their churches if they don't want to. It's not about that. And those who are against gay marriage are somehow spreading this disinformation that we're going to say, you, Reverend so-and-so, are forced to hold this gay marriage in your church. It's not true. The people who run churches or synagogues or mosques are not forced to marry previously divorced people. For example, it's a very good analogy. It's entirely up to them if it goes against their faith. But what's really important is that there are other faiths, like Quakers, like Congregationalists, and Unitarians, and the Liberal Reform part of the Jewish faith, who are actually extremely keen that they feel that their communion won't be complete unless it includes gay marriage, because they believe in social justice and equality too. And it's wrong in a country like ours, which has, in fact, an established church. We're not a secular society. We have an established church. Just because their more extreme end is screeching with outrage at the idea of this, that we're not allowed to be married. It's unfair on plenty of other religious people, and it's also misrepresenting what we require, which is only the same as anybody else, and that's to express our love in the fullest possible way of commitment. It used to be we were regarded as villains because we were so bohemian and outrageous, and we eschewed family values, but we're not. We're human beings like everybody else, and we believe first and foremost in love. So that's the first thing I'd say, really. And the other thing I'd say is gosh, Britain in particular hasn't the Olympic Games and the Paralympic Games and this extraordinary summer, hasn't it shown that in fact we are a really open, generous, tolerant society, diverse, full of love, and that patriotism and pride in the Union Jack is not something for hideous National Front types or British Union of Fascist types. It's for all of us. And what we celebrate is our tolerance, our openness, the multiplicity of things it means to be British, to be quirky, to be eccentric, to be charming and funny and odd. And certainly not to be down on other people who love each other, who are no threat to anybody else. So I would urge you, if you have been sort of jiggling in your mind as to whether or not you think it's a right or wrong thing, my third point is that of an animal lover. At least 260 species of animal have been noted exhibiting homosexual behaviour, but only one species of animal ever, so far as we know, and I'd be fascinated if anyone can prove me wrong, has exhibited homophobic behaviour, and that's the human being. So ask yourself, which is really natural? Think about it. Go with your heart. Thank you.